Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Empire State Warrior, and today we're going to be looking at two Soviet tank destroyers, Tier 6 and Tier 7, that are literally nuke launchers for their tier. The first one we're going to be talking about is actually the Tier 6 SU-100. Why? Not the SU-100. We're not going to talk about that until another video. I'll discuss that one in a different one. But for now, this tank is legit a nuke launcher. And I've got some games for you from the SU-100. Why this one is the main one that I want to play. So I'm just going to play this one. And then I've got two games in the SU-152 that I will be playing. And y'all will be probably going nuts over because it's just insane. And I did send the one that I'm gonna show last to Krieg because it was just such a good freaking game. Now, as you see, we're on a Castile, and this is the ideal map for a tank like this. Surprisingly enough, this thing has 460 alpha on the standard rounds with around 200 penetration, which is nuts at tier 6. I don't know what's going to need 200 millimeters penetration at this tier, but okay. And then you have 530 alpha on the premium. Yes, I said that. It has less penetration, but way more damage. And you can roll upwards of 600 on these shells. And as you see, I've already loaded the premium shell. And I wish it would show it, but it doesn't. I wish it'd show the bars, because this one is gray while the standard rounds are gold. Now, this tank is just nuts. It does take a second for us to get a few shots in. But once we do get shots, it's just hilarious. I can't remember what I was doing that for. I was just like spinning my gun out of like just patience. I was like, And then realized, wait a minute. Yoinkers! And that's 519 damage. And that's 11 under the average roll of this gun. The average roll of this gun is 530. Are you kidding me? This tank is nuts. And the HE averages 600 damage a shell. 600 damage a shell. What tank averages 600 damage a shell? Besides a KV2 at this tier. Nothing. Unlucky miss there. I realized I was spotted because that was too close. And I decided to back off. And I knew this was going to be a smart choice because later on, the M4 Sherman decides it'd be smart to push the hill. And, well, I don't realize until later that this guy's going through there. But when I realized he was going through there, I would have shot him. And then the M4 Sherman gets spotted. And this is what I'm talking about, the gun, dude. How? How in the absolute heck does that hit? Now I'm staying here thinking I'm a little bit more than safe. And then I start getting shot at. I think it takes a little bit for us to get another shot in, and then I'm like, that's got to be the Cromwell. And bad shot there. I don't know how it missed, but it was still a bad shot. Shouldn't have took it. So I decided to go back and around, because I know that the VK is going to stand beside this building. And he thinks that I'm going to go back through around the other side to get shots on him instead of going this side. This side's the smarter side. You want to go this side if you want shots on people like this. This was a smart choice. So I went back to the other side, and lo and behold, he's sitting there, and he can't spot me from this. So boom. That was a low roll. That was over 50 damage low. And this poor T-34-85, this poor guy, I'm hollering for help. I think he's going to rush me. And then I'm like, oh wait, I got my gun loaded. And I'm hoping I get a high roll. I don't get a high roll, but I still got lucky. And this poor VK, he doesn't realize. He has no freaking clue. He does not know. He has no clue how good my HE shells are in this tank. So, bada bing, bada boom, he's gone. What are you supposed to do to that? You come around the corner and you just get domed. You just get domed. And then I spot the Crom, and I'm like, come here. I want you. And of course, excuse me, that's a dumb decision. And I load the normal rounds because I know 460 alpha, he only got 426. That's game. He's dead. There's no chance of him surviving this. And that's 3,300 damage. Oh my god. 4 kills. This tank is... The gun is so good. The accuracy and dispersion is way too freaking good for such a big gun. But I will say they did good on it because the armor is not the greatest. You'll get a few troll bounces. Ignore that. I forget I have my Discord notifications on because I'm a twat. And that ends the game. This tank just hits. This is like a slap machine at tier 6. This thing has a better reload, better DPM than anything at this tier with such a big gun. Like, honest, look at that. Jesus Christ. That's only a first class, too. Imagine what people are getting for aces in this tank. It's something I don't want to know. I missed 2 shells. I don't know, I missed 2, which sucks, but it happens. It just happens. You can't hit them all. You can't get them all. And I'm going to go over a little bit of the statistics of the tank to show you why this tank is so annoying at the tier. As you know, it has 900 HP, 60 all around on the hull, on the front, back, and sides. Your view range is decent at 253 meters of view range. The concealment, not so good, at only 12, which isn't very good. Your DPM, however, for such a big gun is actually really good, 1,800 damage per minute, with a 14.9 second reload. You also have insane penetration at the AP round with 196, then 171 for the premium armor piercing, and the high explosive has 65. I have no clue what it could be with calibrated shells. The average damage, as you 460, 530, and 600. You're literally doming people with huge damage shots. In fact, the game before this, I hit a Strav 74 in the side of the turret for 667 damage with HE shell. That's a KV2's AP shell. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. The aim time is only 5.2 seconds, and the dispersion's at 0.34. That's really nice for such a big gun. You have 5 degrees of gun depression, so don't rely on that. You have 15 degrees of elevation, though, and the turn degree limit isn't very good either, only 10 degrees per each side, which is not very good. Your top speed, though, is actually pretty good at around 35 kilometers an hour. Your reverse speed is only 12, which is not very quick. Your average speed is 29. That is nice. Your power to weight ratio is a 15.3, and you weigh a lot. You're 64 tons of weight. So if you see a Leopard full HP and you're full move and you don't want to fire, just ram it. Just 100% ram it, and it'll do 500 damage right there, and you won't have to worry about anything. And the engine horsepower at 979. For such a big tank, it needs the horsepower. Honestly, I think it should be going a little faster considering how much horsepower it has, but this is something. And I've already discussed all of this tank, so we're going to go over the next one, the SU-152. And the first game I'm going to be showing you is on Desert... No, wait. Which one was it? You'll have to give me a minute to find it. Yes, you get to look through my stuff here. Give me a minute. Yeah, I won multiple in a row. Yeah, it's Rockfield. Got it. Boom. And Rockfield, let's go. Now I'm going to show 2 videos right here to show you exactly what this tank can do. The main thing this tank is known for is its big, derpy alpha. And as you see, I have only 4 heat, because you don't really need much heat, 9 AP, and 13 HE shells. I actually changed this after this game to where I only have 8 AP shells and 14 HE. That's because with calibrated shells, this tank's AP round goes to 142, which isn't bad. The premium goes to 275, which means you're going to do everything with this gun with heat. And the HE goes to 95 millimeters of penetration on an HE shell. You won't see a better HE shell. You won't. Even the Smasher's HE shell is 4 millimeters less of penetration. Now, I ignore him. I don't want to shoot him right now. I do not. That is something I don't want to do. If I shoot him, I'm screwed. I don't shoot at him. I do miss this shot, though, which is awful. I don't know how I missed that shot. The Cromwell, if I would have known the Cromwell was there, I would not have shot. And he does get a nasty shot into me. And that's a decent amount of HP taken off. 169 HP for a tank that only has 1,000 HP. That's not very nice. That's not a good thing. Now, as you see, I'm struggling to get shots. And nobody peeks for quite a while. So I do struggle a little bit to get some shots off. Now, I don't shoot there. I do shoot this, however, because I'm just a twat. And he does 219 damage. So that's an ouch on my part. And I do ignore the ISU because I don't want to get hit by him. I do not want to get shot by him. I do not. If that ISU hits me, that's the rest of my hit points, and I will die. I will die. I will die if he hits me. Now, this SU is about to come around this corner, and I do get unlucky with this shell because he backs up just in time to keep me from one-shotting him. But I still do 346 damage on that shot, so I do good on that. And then I realize he's going to rush me. I have time to get the reload. So I turn, AP shell loaded, boom, he's gone, 1,000 damage. Still technically one shot at him. And this ISU decides to ignore me. I don't really understand his meaning behind this and ignoring me. So I just decided to decimate him and hit him for 321 damage. Now I ignore the Crom. I don't want to mess with the Crom. And I get unlucky here again. 336 damage. That's unlucky. That's very unlucky shell. Now, I do want to try again, so I load my AP shell. I know I've got the reload on it. And I do think he misses here, I believe. Yeah, he missed. So 513 damage. That's actually a low roll, quite a low roll. I was expecting to one-shot him, but that's fine. I was expecting the M6 to push him as well, and then he didn't, so I was like, well, screw it. I might as well push. So I push up, and boom, he's gone. Clap. Clapped, clapped, clapped. 2,300 damage, and that's with 3 kills as well. So I'm pushing the T-29. I want a juicy HE shell into his rear. I don't know how this shell didn't pen. I'm aiming. Still aiming. Where did that go? Where? How did that miss? Like, I'm so confused. So instead of firing another HE shell, which isn't going to help at this point, I decided to just get rid of him with an AP shell, and it does end up working. And I do get the kill on the Churchill, which is 800 damage, so that's a 3,800 damage overall in the game. If I could have got that HE on that T-29, that would have pushed me above 4K damage, but I got unlucky. So I just went with the HE shell, and it did work out for me. So I have to say, I'm not mad about this game. I actually was very happy about it. First ace of the tank. This was the 4th game in the tank that I've ever played in this tank on this account. 4th game, and I aced it. So that tells you exactly what you can do in this tank if you get the right teams. And that's game. 3,874 damage, 4 kills, ace badge. Now the next game, I had RNG legit say, here, have a puppy. Because I don't understand how or why the game decided to be this kind. Because I hit some shots I will never hit again. I will never hit these shots again. Ever. I don't care how you do it. See, my loadout's different now. 14, 4, and 8. 14 HE shells. 100%. 95 HE pen. If you hit a VK100, that O1P in the side, you're still dishing out 350 damage. Average. So you're still getting out the damage. You're still dishing out the damage. But you can switch the heat, and dish out 545 average. So yeah, you can hit like a freaking freight train. I got spotted, and I realized what spotted me in a few seconds. I was like, what spotted me?
And then T-49 sitting right there. I was like, ah, that explains it. That explains a lot here. And then I realized, Tiger. 1,122 damage. 1,100. No. Just no. How? How in the absolute heck does that pen there? And he says / no in about 2 seconds. And he's mad. I mean, I would be too in this scenario. But he's about to be even more mad. And I think he does get another shot into me. I think. Yeah, because I push him here to get rid of him. Because he is a gun. He's still deadly. Especially in a Tiger 1. And here's what I say. Hold up. Takes a second. He, 1,400. I technically did 15. Well, no, he dropped. And did like 40 some odd damage to himself. So I've done 1,466 damage. That's a lot of damage in the first few seconds of the game. Now, the next shell, I can't really remember what I hit. Alright, Jim. You're disgusting. Oh, I missed this shell. I remember I saw that and I was like, oh, come on. And then just completely missed. So I missed that shell. But I get lucky because he does turn away to shoot somebody else. So this gives me the chance to aim for his cupola. And by aim, I mean penetrate. How does that pen? How in the absolute hell does that pen? Now, that's a low roll. That is a hellacious low roll. And before you say it, 269, haha, funny. 69, stop. I hate that meme. It's despicable. Now, I do get a disgusting shot into the T-49, because he does end up becoming spotted in a few seconds. And at this point, I'm already disgusted with myself. I cannot believe some of the shots I've hit, and this is one of them. How does that even hit him? And I do completely kill him. I do get the last 775 damage. I've done 3,000 already. Above 3,000. How in the heck? How am I dishing out this much damage? How am I dishing out this much damage? I have no clue. Now, I do get unlucky here, and I can't go up that, apparently. And I realized it, and I was like, oh. Turn this way. And I know the T-49 just fired. So guess who I'll go for? Goodbye! And then I'm like, no. No. And so he has to turn to somebody else. Because I know. And my RHM is saying, good. And I'm like, you're right. Boom. 4,283 damage, 3 kills, another ace. Oh my god. This tank is nuts. This tank just rocked the whole enemy team's world. I didn't even have double. This is just with premium. I had 1,342 base experience. That is insane. That is insane. How many shots did I miss? One? One shot. I missed one shot. All the rest of the shots were damaging. They did damage. And here's my efficiency rating. Tiger 1. Almost completely killed it. Tiger P. I hit him one freaking time for 900 damage. I hit this guy two times for 645. If I would have just fired AP the first time, I probably would have had more damage overall in the game. So that's a mess up on my part. I spotted him, I don't know how, and 1,200. Like, these tanks, they smack. Now I'm going to do a brief review over the SU-152 right quick. And I do say I just got this tank on this account, so yeah, don't expect me to be maxed. It has 3 different guns, but I'm not going to discuss the other 2. I'm just going to discuss the gun I have on it.
The gun I have on it right now is, lo and behold, the 152, the absolute monster of a gun on this tank. 5.3 second aim time, 0.45 dispersion, which means you can aim in and you can hit your shots, but it takes a little bit more. Your damage per minute is 2,600. That is insane. Your reload time is 14.3 seconds. Decent reload. If you want to have a faster reload, definitely use gun rammer, but I do prefer the calibrated shells. It has 142, 135 base. With the calibrated shells, it has 142. On the heat, it has 275. You will go through everything like butter with that penetration. Everything at this tier. Nothing will be able to bounce that. Not a dang thing. I've tested it. A T-29's turret, the cheeks, which is almost impenetrable, you can pen it with this. I've tested it. It's insane. And the HE 95 millimeters of penetration. That's the highest at the tier besides the Smasher. Those two are, I think, tied with 95 with calibrated shells. Your average damage is 640, 545, and 960. You're just smacking people with bombs is what you're doing. You got 6 degrees of gun depression and 18 degrees of up, which is nuts. Your concealment rating, I don't think, is too good. I don't believe, if I'd like to find, actually it's pretty good. While stationary without firing, it's 29%. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for such a big, lunky tank with such a big gun. While moving, it's 17. Upon firing while stationary, that's without the bush mechanics of 15%. That's 6%. You add that 15%, even while firing, that's still 21%. That means you're going to stay hidden. While stationary, 29%. You add that 15%, that's over 40. That's 44%. That's insane. Your view range isn't the best at 242, and your hull armor is okay at 75. Your sides are bad at 60, and your rear is bad at 60. Your hit points is awful at 1,000. As I said about the gun, it's really good, except for the accuracy. Your top speed's 43. You're quick. Your reverse speed's 11, which that's not very quick. Your average speed is 28. That's pretty good. Your power to weight ratio is 14.4. That's pretty good. Your weight, you're 45 tons, almost 48 tons. You weigh quite a bit. If you ram, say, a Cromwell, you're doing upper 400s, and you're getting 100 damage in return. You're dishing out quite a bit if you ram something. Your hull turn rate is 40 degrees a second. This tank has a good hull traverse speed. That's very nice. Your terrain crossing capacity is pretty good. Well, it's average for a tank destroyer like this. And your engine horsepower is only at 660. I'm not going to lie, guys. These tanks are nuts. I honestly think these tanks are completely and utterly insane. This is a free Smasher with better accuracy. Same pen on everything except for the AP. Better reload speed. Better DPM. Better concealment rating. It's quicker. You have less armor, but don't really worry about that. You don't have a turret, but you don't have to worry about that because the whole turn ratio is really good on it. And you have these two guns to look forward to. And actually, if you get this gun, run gun rammer. 7.2 seconds. That means you can get this gun, let me see, hold up. What would it be to? 3,300 DPM. With 195 pen. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Hold up. What would the DPM be with this gun? 2,890. I want the penetration, though. Insane. Just insane. These two tanks are insane. What am I using on this? What can I get the HE2? 72! 182, 106! Yeah, I want the reload. I want the reload speed because the penetrations are good enough. That's fine. I can deal with that. Anyway, this has been my video. Have any question about the tanks? Please don't be afraid to tell me. I will answer them. The tanks are both good. I highly recommend getting both of them. Though, do wait until you have a little bit of money to get the SU because it does rip your wallet a little bit because it is still like 3,000 gold for this tank. And I'm saying it should be worth like 4,000 gold because it's that good. The tank's that good. It really is. I see why people play it a lot. And yes, this is an alt account. This is an alternate account that I'm playing on to get this footage. Anyways, this has been the video. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you have any questions. Don't be afraid to ask in the comment section. And I'll talk to you guys later.